Every morning, millions wake up, head to work, and exchange their most valuable asset, time, for a paycheck. It feels safe, predictable. But here's the brutal truth. A job gives you just enough to stay comfortable, never enough to break free. You're rewarded for following the system, not questioning it. And the system, it's designed to benefit those at the top, the owners, not the employees. You may climb the ladder, but the ceiling always stays just out of reach. It's comfort disguised as captivity. Let's break it down. In a traditional job, your income is tied to your hours. No work, no pay. Even if you're earning a good salary, your earning potential is capped by how many hours you can work. And let's be honest, no one gets rich off a 9 to 5. The moment you stop, the money stops. It's like filling a bucket with a leak. You're constantly trying to stay afloat. True wealth, it requires leverage, and your time alone isn't enough. People say, but my job is secure. Is it for real? One email from HR, one economic downturn, one merger, and it's all gone. Security in a job is an illusion. You're renting stability from someone who can revoke it at any moment. Meanwhile, your dreams, goals, and freedom are put on hold. You wait for annual raises that barely beat inflation, while your potential remains on. That's not security. That's survival. Look around. The wealthiest people in the world, they own things. Businesses, real estate, intellectual property. They don't trade time for money. They build systems that work while they sleep. When you're an employee, you're helping someone else build their dream. When you own something, every bit of effort compounds in your favor. You'll stop playing the short game and start building long-term wealth. Ownership isn't a luxury. It's a necessity. Let me introduce you to two friends, David and Michael. Both started out in corporate jobs. David stayed in his comfort zone, climbing the corporate ladder, celebrating promotions, and spending every raise on a better lifestyle. Michael, on the other hand, used his job to fund his future. He lived below his means, saved aggressively, and launched a small online business on the side. 5 years later, David is still stuck in the office. Michael, he scaled his business, quit his job, and now earns in a month what David does in a year on his own terms. Do what you love, and you'll never work a day in your life. Nice quote, but here's reality. Most passion jobs still pay just enough to keep you chasing the next paycheck. Passion is powerful, but pairing it with ownership is where the magic happens. If you love teaching, build a course. If you love writing, start a blog or newsletter. Don't just work for a company that aligns with your passion. Build something that's yours. Ownership amplifies passion and pays you back for life. Every job has a ceiling. You can work harder, longer, better, but eventually you hit a cap. Your time is finite. Meanwhile, entrepreneurs and investors operate on a different level. They use money, systems, and people to create exponential growth. They scale. They multiply. You're stuck negotiating over 5% raises that barely cover your rent increase. If you're not building assets, you're building someone else's. So how do you escape? Start small. You don't need to quit tomorrow. Start a side hustle. Learn a high-value skill. Invest. Build digital products. The goal isn't to hate your job. It's to not need it. You take the control back when your income doesn't rely on a boss or a company. Freedom comes from having options, and options come from ownership. Here's the game plan. Use your 9 to 5 to fund your 5 to 9. Don't blow your paycheck on temporary highs. Invest in tools, knowledge, and opportunities. Set deadlines. Test ideas. Fail fast. Remember, the goal is an overnight success. It's consistent, quiet progress. One blog, one product, one client, brick by brick. You build your way out. And when the income from your hustle matches your job, you win. True wealth isn't about Lambos or luxury vacations. It's about waking up without an alarm clock. It's about saying no without fear. It's about time with family, with peace, with purpose. Jobs may offer comfort, but freedom, that's something you create. Every dollar you save, every hour you invest in yourself, it adds up. Don't wait 40 years for a retirement plan. Build your life now. Because the harsh truth is, working for someone else will rarely make you rich, but working on yourself, that changes everything.